what's up? It's Yvette and I'm coming back at you with another video. This one is a long awaited video in my opinion. I have been dying to make this and I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but we are going to do our very best today. I am going to make my attempt at vegan cashew cheese. Now if you've never heard of this, you're missing out. It's like so good. And I am not fully vegan. I want to throw that disclaimer out right now. I am not vegan at all. I am just making more or less a transition to a healthier lifestyle. Little by little, I'm working on incorporating more plant-based, vegetarian, and vegan meals into my diet. I also want to throw the disclaimer that this is my first time making this sauce, so I'm not sure how it will turn out. I did get a recipe from a friend, so if Lee, you are watching this, I want to say thank you so much because you literally answered my prayers. I did make some adaptations to that recipe just because I was doing some research and looking at other vegan cheese recipes and they just had different suggestions. So I'm gonna do a little mixture of both, but primarily using that recipe that Lee provided me. If you do want to see how I make that, then just make sure to keep watching. And I hope you enjoy. Okay, so this is footage from the night before. I am gonna start by using the raw whole cashews. I got this 16-ounce 1-pound bag from Trader Joe's for $8. This is the cheapest I was able to find it. 2 cups of soaked cashews. These are my measuring cups. Very cute. I got them from Dee. All right, there's 1 cup, give or take. I'll eat that. I am gonna put it through a strainer. Right here, boy. There we go. That's number 1. Number 2. You're gonna definitely want at least a pound of cashews, is my recommendation. So I have to watch how much is left. It's about a cup. They're delicious, so even if this doesn't go well, I'll be saving this for fun and just for eating. Again, I'm gonna put it in the strainer, just for kicks. Giving them a quick little clean through. Ooh. And then I'm gonna soak them. So that's the cashews. This is what they look like before. I am gonna stick these in the fridge overnight and then we'll take a look at them tomorrow. Okay, so this is what the cashews look like after about, I would say at least 15 hours of soaking. I put them in the fridge last night about 9:20, 9:15 p.m. and it is now 4:22. So they've been soaking for quite a bit. What I'm gonna do is I am just going to drain them with my little mesh strainer here. So just in case you're taking notes, the recipe does call for 2 cups of soaked raw cashews, and that's what this is right here. I'm gonna throw that in the blender. Ooh, don't fall. There you go. And I'm using a Ninja blender in case you are curious. The recipe also calls for 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. I'm using the Bragg's brand here, but you can use any brand of nutritional yeast that you find. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be a little generous. There goes 1 teaspoon. There goes 2 teaspoons. And I'm just gonna check it afterwards for taste. If I think it needs more, I will add more. It does call for 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, but I have used a lot of my lemons in a lemonade that I made a little bit earlier today. Well, we say limeade. We say lemonade for limes. Either way, I don't have any lemons, but I did see a recipe that called for 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, so I am gonna make that change. Anyway, I'm throwing that in, and I'm just gonna throw a little bit. I'm gonna throw 2. Hopefully that doesn't make things too bad. And then it does call for some salt. I think it was more precise, but I'm just going to add it to taste. So I'm just sprinkling in, I don't know, let's call it 3 to 4 pinches of salt. Using pink Himalayan salt in case you're curious. It does say to add a little bit of water to a creamy consistency. I'm gonna add just a splash of water because I feel like it's going to need it. I'm gonna move the camera over actually so that you can see what I'm doing. Here I got a little bit ahead of myself and I forgot to put the blade in. Whoops. So we're gonna add the cashews back in. All the ingredients are already in there and they've had a little bit of a chance to party. So I'm gonna throw that back in there and throw a little bit of water in this and swish it around. That way I can have it in case I need it. I'm gonna throw a little bit on there and just have this on standby in case I need it for the blending. So let's try this again. I am using a Ninja in case you're curious. I did get this for my birthday thanks to my awesome husband and my lovely friend Karen who helped. I use it all the time for my smoothies. I think it's really a great investment if you use a blender a lot. So I'm turning it on to medium speed. So I did pulse it just a little bit. It looks like it's going to need more moisture. So I will open up this little spout right here and throw the water in. I'm just going to throw quite a bit of water in here to help things. And now I'm going to blend it on high. So far, that's what it looks like. It's pretty chunky, if you can see the lid there. I'm gonna bring a spatula and kind of scrape things down and get it going. Hold on. Here I was thinking this was gonna be an easy video to film. Everything has a learning curve. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just scraping down the pieces of the cashew. I'm gonna grab the lid and kind of scoop a little bit as well from the lid. I do not want to lose any of that goodness. Doesn't look very orange to me, so I'm gonna add just a hair more yeast. I'm gonna pop the lid off again and put in, I guess, one more or almost one full tablespoon of the nutritional yeast, and we'll see if that does anything. I personally think it leaves a little bit more water, so I'm going to throw in a little more. I'm going to blend it up. Remove the lid and scrape down. I tell you what, I'm a little bit nervous about this, but you will never know until you try. It's pretty creamy. I'm gonna give this a taste test. So I still feel the granules of the cashew. So I do think it needs a little bit more blending time. Do I think it tastes cheesy? Not really, but maybe it's just a matter of learning. I personally think this needs a little bit of salt, in my opinion. So I'm gonna throw about 2 or 3 pinches more of the salt and we'll see if that helps. I mean, it's getting there. If you see, this is looking more creamy each and every time, but it's like missing something for me. It's just missing a little something, and it's part of me is saying to throw that last teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in there. I'm gonna throw 1 more nutritional yeast tablespoon and 1 more apple cider vinegar. Going rogue. And there it is. All right, pop the lid on and give it a whirl. All right, so now it's looking quite thick. I like that. It's looking, I guess you could say, a little less grainy. That's my best description of the texture. I don't quite know how else to describe it. If you can see there, it's just interesting. It's just interesting to me. Slowly but surely, we are gonna get the hang of it. You can see it here. I like the way it looks in here. It looks really nice. If you can see it there. I'm gonna pour it into a container and then we'll see. I'll have my husband try it and I'll let you know how it turned out. I might put it over some nachos. I don't really know. But we're gonna give it a go. Truth. This is quite a bit of cheese sauce, I must say. It is literally overflowing. Spatula and give it a stir. It looks really nice in here. So I'm not sure if you'd like a close-up, but if you want to see, that is after I poured it in the container. So I wanted to show you guys an idea of the dishes that I made with this cashew cheese. I made a taco salad type of dish with some tortilla chips, some arugula, tomatoes, a little bit of regular cheese, and a small tiny pepper that you see there. In case I wanted a little bit of spice, I actually ended up topping this with avocados, but you don't see it here. But this is what it looks like plated. And then next I made a wannabe alfredo with the cashew cheese. I have some mushrooms, eggplant, and then some zucchini noodles I made with the zoodler. I'm finally getting better at using the veggetti, so I'm very excited about that. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you will try out the cashew cheese and let me know what your thoughts are. This is what the dish looks like plated. Again, as I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you will consider subscribing. Leave me a comment down below if you plan on trying this and maybe some ideas of how I can use this cashew cheese in other meals. Thank you again. Take care and see you guys later.